Hey everybody, welcome to Paint Minis Live. I'm your host, Bill T, coming at you from the Creation Cave. It's good to see you. How's everybody doing out there in good old paint world, the good old nerding hobby? How's everybody doing? I hope all the live chat lounge cats out there are doing good. It's good to see all your faces virtually, I guess. Anywho, down here in the Creation Cave, we're going to be doing some more Abyssal Dwarves, mainly the Orcs again, because they're getting pretty close to complete, and, you know, may as well. Why not? Um, so that's cool. We're going to be doing that. Quick announcement. If if anybody out there happens to know somebody who owns a game shop and would like to work with Paint Minis Live on a special project, mainly distributing some products, let me know. I'd love to hear from them. You can leave me a link to their store in the chat. You can, if you'd like to leave it a bit more anonymous than that, you can go ahead and just let me know that you have some information in the comments section, and I'll try and follow up the best I can. Or you can go over to the Paint Minis Live Discord, and I'll display the. We have a join link in the scrolling banner you see right down there, as well as you can find them in some of the descriptions of the live chat. I'll make sure to go in after the fact and put that in there, because the Paint Minis Live Discord is a heck of a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool folks in there that that are cool folks, and they paint minis and do a lot of other cool stuff. Like we have Bill Sylvies in there from the Dungeon Delver. We have the Dungeon Minister in our chat. We have actually quite a few creators. So we'll just roll some shout outs real quick. May as well, right? You know, harmless little plug. Let's check it out here, because I have to get some tunes going anyways. Let me check it out in the Paint Minis Live Discord. Let's see here, members. Let's check that out. Let's check out members. Let's see. This is me being a inept millennial. It happens every once in a while. Channels, roles. Where's all the peoples? Show me all the peoples. Pardon me, my lord. Okay, let's see. Man, I am trying to figure that one out. Well, maybe we'll do a shout out section another time. Anywho, I'll get some tunes rolling here and we'll start painting. Tunka Todd is in the chat, the legendary, the one, the only, our good friend Tunka Todd, who's always down to clone himself. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right. All right, let's get those tunes going. All right, so now we got some tunes. Good time. Let's get our other camera going too. We're also on Twitter and X, commonly known as Twitter. Let's see here, Add extra camera. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what we can do here about making me a little smaller. Let's change that around. Bam, there we go. Now we got the workspace and my pretty face. Awesome, awesome. So we've got our models here. I haven't really messed with these guys since last we painted. Got our handy dandy little brush. I ordered some new palettes coming from Turbo Dork. Turbo Dork is a fantastic site for finding all kinds of goodies, I'm not gonna lie. Including very interesting and crazy out there experimental paints. But I ordered some silicone palettes from them. By the way, I heard back from Sapphire and her daughter. They received their model in all in good condition, pretty good condition. The sword was a little bent up in shipping, but it wasn't a problem, I guess, to bend it back out. So that was good. And I got a little video of her daughter's reaction. It was very nice. She doesn't want me to share that, so I'll make sure I don't. However, I will tell you that it was very kind. I was quite flattered. Her daughter thought it was very pretty, to quote. So I felt really good about that project. That was a nice quick one that was easy to get out in a timely manner. It was just one figure, but I think we knocked that one out of the park. All right, let's go with our number 3 sable brush here. Just because we're going to be doing a little bit more intricate work. Let's get you guys in the workspace. If I can figure out my camera here. So primarily, we're going to be working on the back side of these guys. All these little folds and creases in the cloth. We're gonna make him. If I can just TV show chef this real quick. Let's find an example model. We're gonna make that look like this because it looks a heck of a lot cooler. So let's do that. Let's see. Last time we used our dark umber. This time we're going to be using Pro Acryl's light umber, which will be good. So I'm going to toss that on the paint shaker, and we'll start working. All right. So now that we have our paint all shaken up, let's do another quick little let's see. We got that. We got this. We got some water. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So, another quick little announcement for everybody out there in PML world, all of you live chat lounge cats. Wednesday night, in the very near future, James F. Keck from Keck Publishing or Keck Games, he's going to be running some RPG sessions for us while I paint. We're going to invite some friends over. It's going to be a great time. James produces some wonderfully easy to pick up and play RPG games based in different settings with fun, quirky rules. So stay tuned for that with more announcements on the way on exactly when that's going to be coming up. I've written some cool intro music and done a lot of production on that. So I am really looking forward to it, and I hope that you are as well. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. James is a great dungeon master, and I know people have been wanting some different stuff from the channel. Something to kind of change it up just a bit, which I can totally understand. I'm gonna get myself some gloves here to protect my fingers while we work. Just because, I mean, I don't mind getting a little paint on my hands, but some mini paints tend to stain a bit more than others, and I just like to kind of make sure that I don't have to deal with that. I know the stream bounced around a little bit this week. I had so Wednesday night I was invited over for Conflict, Kyle Schwant's game over at the Dungeon Delver. I was invited over there to play Conflict with the crew, which is always a great time. And I enjoyed playing that game. I had a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, head on over to Sylvie's channel, The Dungeon Delver, on YouTube there, and take a watch. It's a heck of a lot of fun, that game. But I had a good time. The other thing that came up was a consultation with my music production manager, who I produce my own music for the show. Well, not everything you hear on the show is mine, but I've been producing music for the show in the future, and so I have hired a professional who I've worked with in the past on some various projects. Right off the bat, we're just gonna see if we can't shade that out a little bit. That was a little thick. Yeah, let's get some of this off of here. There we go. Just dilute it out. I guess a little educational moment. If you have a misstroke or something, you can just dilute it out, and it'll look all right in the end when it dries. But I've hired a music production manager to help out with some of that stuff. She's great. She's kind of a production manager slash music teacher, compositional teacher. It's hard to explain exactly what she does, but she helps me out and makes the music that much better. So big shout out to you there, Amanda, out in the world. You're a huge help to the show. Just gonna be kind of careful of these lines here. Don't have to be super precise, but the thinner, more exact we make them, the cooler it's gonna be in the end, so. So I was having Amanda help me out with writing some stuff for James's intro to the show. And it turned out quite well. All right, so we have, again, just kind of trying to pick out these raised edges here. It's in a little bit of a blocky style for these orcs. Make sure I maintain the focus. I'm just going to try and follow some of these raised edges. Make them stand out just a little bit. Because it's all about that sweet, sweet contrast. And a stroke will do her really well. It's just a little bit of paint on there. It's going to help this thing pop out a little bit. This is some pretty, you know, I'm not going overboard here with any specific lighting techniques. Just highlighting. You know, don't have to go full overboard. We're not here to win a golden dragon. We're here to just kind of make these guys stand out a little bit. Hey, Road March is coming on in. Hello, Road March. Have a good walk with the pooch. We'll see you back here when you get back. Now I'm just going to pick out some of the brown. That we've done previously on the front here. All right. So I think that's looking pretty good. Let's see. So we will put you in the already highlighted pile. Over here. Our Merry War Band. Get our next contestant up to bat here. This guy's a bit more complicated. He's got a couple more folds and creases going on. It is nothing we can't tackle. We're just going to follow those raised edges. And maybe make a happy accident or two along the way. But that's alright. I tend to mix my paint as I go, just right with the brush. You know, you can pre-thin your paints, which is, you know, probably the recommended way to do it. But as far as I'm kind of concerned, once you get the hang of how to kind of get your paint thinned, you'll recognize pretty quickly when it's not quite up to par. You can fix that. You can fix that rather quickly, and so it's all kind of a by practice thing. If you're just starting out, I'd recommend thinning them in batches. I try to, you know, put down the tips and tricks that I use while I paint. It's a little bit different for everybody. You'll find out what works for you at the end of the day. You'll know what works. This is just the way that I do it. I tend to just mix the paint as I go, and that works out best for me. But you do what works for you, because this is your journey as a painter. Well, you're painting your models, and everybody's journey is a little bit different. That's what makes model painting such a cool hobby, is because everybody has their own style, their own way of doing things. Just to point out here, because I think that's about all of the leather I'm going to do on this guy, or like, I guess the brown I'm going to do on this guy. This was this model here. We did the Reichland flesh shade trick to get us some extra contrast done now. Hey there, Cal Vanoni, the one and only, coming in to say hello. It's good to see you, Cal. How you doing today? I was just telling everybody we put some Reichland flesh shade on this guy, and you can really tell how, especially around the dome of his head. Let's see if we can't get the camera to come back into focus. There we go. But you can tell around the dome of his head, it gave him a bit more contrast. Same thing with the baby. I might even put another coat on the baby, because he's still got a little bit too much highlight going on. But that's something we can go and clean up fairly easy. These guys are looking good. We're trucking away on them. I think you know, there's some nitpicky bits on here, but these guys are getting pretty close to finish. We'll move back to the dwarves probably like next session or some such deal very soon. That guy is done. It looks like this guy is our next contender. How many do we have left? We have I believe we have one left for some highlights. But they're looking good. We're getting there. We're getting there. The Reichland flesh shade trick I used to use a lot. I don't know why I kind of fell out of it. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Citadel, but they make there's a couple of select colors in there that I just have a hard time leaving. Yeah, you know, you're not wrong. I would definitely you're not wrong. I do like the baby shields. I think that is a hilarious little bit on them. It adds a lot of character, and it tells you exactly who they are as I guess a battle clan, or kind of what their story is. I think they're pretty hilarious, and I do enjoy them. All right, let's get back in here. By the way, Cal, thank you for sending this project in and being such a good sport about all of the about the weight. You know, I know it's been a while since you've seen your beautiful figures, and I'm hoping so badly that you enjoy what comes out of that box when it reaches its way all the way to good old California. Because I want to make all these guys special in their own little way. Oh, we're a little bit out of shot here. Sorry about that. We're looking pretty fine here. I think we're gonna okay. All right. So we have all of them basically highlighted. So that's good. That's good. Let's see, let's check up on the chat real quick. I'm gonna rinse my brush off. Yeah, I mean, definitely, if you get them gifted to you, or, you know, if that's what you like, that's what you like. You know, if you enjoy working with the Citadel line, by all means, like, as long as you're painting minis, like, just use whatever you want, you know? It's all good. My personal preference, I don't necessarily like them personally, but you know, if there are other painters out there that are very staunch in the Citadel line, I do not mean to offend. It's just not my favorite kind of paint, and you know, but I see people produce some crazy cool looking models with Citadel stuff all the time. I mean, they look great, and I tend to kind of go with this Pro Acryl stuff because it just runs better in my airbrush, and I kind of like the consistency a little bit better. But the Vallejo, Tamiya, you know, they're all good in their own ways. It's just down to personal preference. So I'm not knocking anybody for using Citadel. I just don't personally enjoy working with it as much. So. You know, that's just my preference. Cal just paints other stuff while I wait. Still have other orcs to match. Gotcha. All right. What do we need to do here? We could probably get out some of that bright silver. Might not be a bad idea. We have 4 live chat lounge cats in the house. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So I'm thinking we're probably gonna need us some like real light silver again for some of the other highlights and whatnot that we're doing on these guys. So I'm gonna go dig around and find that real quick. I'm sure it is in here somewhere. Either that, or we can mix up our own if needs be. Honestly, I've kind of been liking the paint bucket. I still would like to go ahead and cut myself some actual, like, paint racks in the very near future here. So we did silver. We want bright silver. That's white gold. Now, a smarter me probably would have found this before going on to the next step here, but we're working with what we got. I've been hard at work on the other project. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna take the big bottles out. Boom. We can get the brush soap out of the way. That freed us up pretty good. Let's see. So what's everybody been up to out in the hobby world? We got 6 live chat lounge cats. How is everybody doing? That is the question of the evening. What have you been into? What have you been up to? What have you been playing? What have you been painting? I guess we'll stick white gold in there anyways. I have a feeling that this bright silver is just eluding me for its own fun at this point, because I have been through quite a bit of this box looking for it, and it just will not show itself. I'm really excited. I got some tickets to Dune 2 for me and the Mist to go see. So that's kind of some cool stuff. Alright, yeah, forget about it. We'll just go with silver. I'm wondering where it ran off to be honest. Anyone need a spare dog? Did the pooch give you a run for your money? Kind of sounds like their road march. Played Frostgrave. Okay, I've heard a lot of good stuff about that game. White gold, actually. I'll just use white gold. That's fine. Let's look at a little metallics down. It's getting a little warm in here. I've been intrigued by that Frostgrave game, but I haven't pulled the trigger quite yet. Mainly because I've got these works to work on. And if I buy any more minis, I'm just gonna be painting minis. Nice, okay. Alright. Well, have fun babysitting the other one too, you know? It's a good time. Here's a little work in progress. That's kind of cool. This one is thanks to Cal for sending us these minis. This is a Fungaloid warrior that I'm painting up. Let's see where this thing likes to focus. Right about What about, is it here? Where do you like to focus? You like to focus down here, I guess. A Fungaloid warrior, kind of done up in a is it Amanita muscara mushroom, the red cap, kind of white speckled mushroom. But that is what this guy is modeled after, and I think it's turning out pretty good. This is just one of those quick little pieces that I've been kind of messing about with, but kind of fun. Tonight's brew of choice is this one's by 56 Brewing Company, and it is Coco de Mer Imperial Porter. And it's very nice, chocolatey, a little smoky, all of the right things. So let's see here. I'm just gonna get a little bit of this white gold and I'm gonna thin it down on the palette, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do just a little bit of extra highlighting in places that our sponge did not hit. I'm gonna go ahead and test it here on my glove. As you can see, the coverage is pretty good even on just the unprimed latex. The Dungeon Minister is in the house, everyone. Hey, all right. I'm excited to hear that. You know, I'm always excited to see a bit more from the show. So thank you very much for the drive-by hello. Much appreciated. And you have a good time editing. And I'll be on the lookout for the next episode. I'm super excited and I'm eagerly awaiting to see what happens. You know it's gonna be epic when the horde gets out. I'm just saying. And Tonka Todd, our one and only, is cheerleading in the chat. Gosh, he's great, ain't he? Kind of just working on the axe here. I think what's going on with the camera here is that it likes to there we go. It likes to focus at certain distances, I think. I am no cinematographer whatsoever, nor do I proclaim to be, but it just I'm learning a bit more every day about the equipment that I have, and this guy, I think, likes to just, at certain focal distances, has a hard time really honing in on the subject. The nice thing about these guys is with their art style, I can kind of get away with a couple of things that I normally wouldn't. They're very, it's a pretty forgiving model. I'd like to put that out there. They're very clunky. Lots of bits that are chinked and kind of worn out, so you can be pretty liberal with your paint. I don't have to worry about it too much. Again, just a little bit of touch up in places that I'm looking to touch up. Just goblet here. Give a little bit of extra shine where it needs to go. Looks like this guy hasn't really been highlighted much at all. Okay. Mike Dymart. Hey, how's it going, Mike? How you doing? I see that chaos star going on out there. Let's see. What is this? What is this? Did I ever get a chance to try the Spotted Cow beer? I have not, although I've heard some hearsay rumors that the local liquor store is not afraid to do special order if you're willing to order some, like a bunch. So I might end up doing that. Mike, by chance, are you a champion of chaos? If so, give my regards to the Ruinous Powers. Let them know I'll be there and Check's watch like 40 or 50 years. So these, for anybody tuning in that might not know what's going on here, these are Abyssal Orcs and Dwarves sent in by our viewer Cal to get painted. Cal has a really extensive collection of 28mm models. If I remember right, I believe he said something like 15,000 28mm models that he's got in his collection, which I thought was super cool. And I just wanted to get Paint Minis Live in on that collection because it's sweet. I mean, I don't even have that kind of model count. Oh, there we go. Trying to keep her in focus here. If it goes out, pardon me. Again, I don't claim to be a cinematographer. I'm a mini painter. But yeah, Cal sent us these, and I can't thank him enough. He's been a trooper. We've had some other projects kind of going on in the background. We did a horde army of skeletons for the Dungeon Minister and his stuff. And his orcs and dwarves kind of got lost a little bit with that, but you know what? He's been a trooper the entire way. We're going to make it special for him now. Pardon me. Cal knows the details though. 25 to 30mm models. And yeah. Not only that, but he has a wealth of information when it comes to who manufactures good models too. I'm hoping in the future I can order from some of his recommendations because he walked me through a couple of sites a while back when I first started this project of miniature manufacturers, and there's some really cool ones out there. A lot of them that are still working in the old metallics, or not metallics, but the old kind of metal minis out there, and I just thought they were super cool. So just some pretty rudimentary highlighting going on here. Nothing super fancy. I think I may end up, I'm going to shake up some of the silver here and redo his helmet. I think it's a little dark. So say, Road March, what you been up to? I know you just got done walking the pooch, but have you been doing any gaming, any anything hobby related recently? Just realized that's the wrong color altogether. A little bit of a blonde moment there, folks. All right. All right. So we'll get a little bit of the silver down on the palette. Not a ton, just a little. Don't need a lot. Again, I tend to just mix this right on the palette. Oh, we're out of focus again. There we are. Just kind of wanted to brighten him up a little bit. His armor was really dark compared to like everybody else's. I don't know, he might stick out like a sore thumb once it dries, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. All right, we're gonna set you in the I will redo that later pile. We'll just keep highlighting the guys that are pretty acceptable. I don't know. It just kind of felt like his armor was really dark compared to the rest of them. 7 live chat lounge cats are in the stream. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I hope you do enjoy some miniature painting as much as I enjoy painting for you and with you. In most cases, there's people painting a mini or two in the chat, which is just dandy to me because I always like me some model painting. It is good times. If you are new to the channel, thanks for being here and giving us a shot. We're a little community of fun nerds looking for more fun nerds to share the nerd fun with. I wonder where Collecting Chaos is at. I watched some of his stuff the other day. Collecting Chaos does a lot of stuff on comics. I watched him grade a comic not that long ago. It was kind of cool to see the process behind it. He also did some like decasing of some like really kind of old comics that had been graded and put into a case. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching him hack those things open and take a good look at them. It's cool, you know, because like a lot of the stuff out there, you know, I love painting models that I know people are gonna play with or they're gonna display. They're gonna handle them. They're gonna look at them. They're gonna, you know, it's gonna have an interesting life, which to me is kind of a big part of why I do these kinds of things. I like seeing people interact with the art. I think that's kind of why I got into a lot of this stuff in the first place. Not only that, but it is just really relaxing. It's really relaxing. You meet a lot of cool folks. It's super chill. It's laid back. You don't gotta do a ton of effort to, you know, make your stuff. Just do it at your own pace. It's a hobby. It's like this is the fun of it. Right here is everything you'll find in Paint Minis. Yeah, I would. This is the smart answer right here, folks. This is the smart answer. I couldn't agree more, and I think that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I thought for sure, and this was maybe a rookie mistake on my part. I still have them. Every painter does, but like, I was almost certain I had used just this base silver color. There's actually a dark silver color I have, and I'm pretty sure the armor is dark silver and not just this regular silver, which I'm using for the highlight. And you know, that's kind of why a lot of painters, a lot of like big name painters and such, they'll keep a painting notebook on hand, which is something that is a practice that I have thought about starting for myself, because I tend to do some complicated projects that stop and start, or you know, I'll pick up something and then the next stream is a couple of days later and I'll have to kind of remember what I was doing. So I've thought about starting my own painter's journal, just to kind of give myself a bit more direction. When I need it. For the horns here, I'm just gonna go ahead and run my brush along the pattern of it, and in kind of a triangular fashion. So you have essentially you have a highlight that runs along this spine here because it's more flat. You have a pretty decent highlight in the middle, and then you have another very edge highlight, a very thin edge highlight on this side as well, and then just cap off the top. It looks pretty good from any angle you view it at, and kind of gives it a little bit of depth and follows the geometry of it. If you were thinking like a conical object, you'd probably, if you viewed it from any angle, you'd have at least one of those lines in there. I think it looks pretty pleasing to the eye. I tend to try and follow the geometries where I can. And having a wet brush helps. It helps maintain that capillary action between the barrel of the brush, which is, if you take a look at my brush, and I will use his spear as a pointing utensil. Yeah, if you look, right here is the barrel of the brush, the thick part. This is where the majority of the paint is stored in the brush. Then you have the tip. This little metal bit here is the ferrule of the brush. It attaches to the handle. So the ferrule connects the bristles of the brush to the painting handle. Justin Thor, how you doing? Justin is from Frequent's Shadow and Sun's channel. If you haven't seen him over there, I'd recommend going and checking out some of Shadow's stuff. You can see Justin there and listen to his hot takes. I'll just put it that way. It's a lot. You got a lot of hot takes, Justin. Yeah, you can go ahead and go and listen to Justin's hot takes over at Shadow and Sons. He provides a lot of good entertainment over there. We're working on one of our viewers, Cal, sent in some lovely orcs to get painted up. These are Abyssal orcs with meat shields. As you can see, they literally have their young as part of their shield. So it's a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, Justin. It's good to see you. And then if you're still in here, Mike, just curious, kind of what you do for hobby. Are you a painter as well? Are you a player of a particular game? Just kind of curious what brought you here, because we like kind of finding out a bit more about who's tuning in and what you're into, because it's all cool. Keep this guy in frame here. There we go. Very nice. got a pretty good handle on this guy though. He is definitely turning out. And all this painting was done with like just a drop of paint. You really don't need a ton of paint to work on your models. I use actually very little. When it's properly thinned, you'll end up with some good results. Kind of hard to keep this in focus, but I'm working on it. Very nice, very nice. Very, very hot take, says Justin. Yeah, man. Yeah. Thermonuclear takes over on Shadow and Sons, for sure. Okay. This guy is looking pretty good. You just need a little touch up. I think half the highlights in the battle damage already. Alright. Where are we sitting at? About an hour. How are other guys doing? Are there any that just instantly pass the check? It looks like most of them are already based in this silver color. Looking pretty good. This is our war boss. This guy, I gotta figure out how to make him even more epic. He is I feel like this guy's name should be Grim Skull Hat, or McGrumpy Two Skull. I'm not sure, but he's got this skull thing going on. Double skull. He's got the skull on him and then skull on his head. I feel like he needs to be super epic somehow. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 that still need highlights. I'm thinking we may end up doing them next time, because that I think is going to be basically the last step for actually doing the painting part. The rest of this is going to be essentially just washes. We'll finish out the orcs all together. Oh God, Dungeon Minister, that's great. Oh, that is good. That is good. Scubble Trouble. our War Master, Scubble Trouble, the double skull, right here. Yeah, I like it. Scubble Trouble. That's good. That is good. I love it. I'm here for it. That is wonderful. Yeah. I'm thinking I think that's probably where I'm gonna stop the painting for tonight. About an hour. That's, yeah, it's just what I have in me. It's been a long week. I've done a lot of stuff, but you guys are here. We got 6 people in the chat, so we may as well, um, we may as well chat some stuff up. Again, if you're in the replay, you already know this, but for those of you who are out there live, if you happen to know a gaming store in North America willing to work with Paint Minis Live to supply products like dice and brushes or other such manner of nerd things, let me know. I kind of, Justin probably already knows this. I was kind of alluding to some of this with Shadow the other night. I just popped in to say hi on their stream. They threw out a link, so I took it and ran with it and popped on and said hi to everybody and kind of made a little case there, talking about looking for distributors. But if you happen to have a local game shop that'd be interested, I'd really appreciate it. I've been running into a lot of brick walls with what I'd like to do with PML. I have a really clear, thought-out vision for it that I hope is going to really help everybody in the gaming space here on YouTube and beyond, who's doing creation and just displaying their works to the world when it comes to anything hobby related. I have a real clear vision for what I want to do. I have a lot of the stuff that needs to get done to kind of make this secret project happen, but I'm kind of missing some things out there, stuff like dice and paintbrushes and other things that I need to get to with somebody who's willing to distribute that stuff. And I've called about 6 different tabletop game distributors over the last week, and it's been really tough to get shot down over and over and over again. I keep calling them and they only want to sell to brick and mortar. Grumpy old Slan, the man, the myth, the legend, who was an absolute beast at last year's Claricon. Welcome to Paint Minis Live. I am very happy to see you. Warm welcomes. Anywho, they only wish to sell to brick and mortar stores. I have a creeping feeling it's because of COVID and how hard hit brick and mortars were. But I've been trying to really get a hold of some of that stuff to use with Paint Minis Live as a business. Miniatures Market, I may end up reaching out to them. I've already put some feelers out to a couple of my local area game stores to kind of talk to them about what I could do with them, but I haven't gotten anything back yet from really anybody. So that's just kind of something to keep on your radar. If you're at your local family and they're looking to kind of pick up a customer who's looking to get a couple of things and is not afraid to deal with an online retailer. I do not sell at conventions there, Grumpy Old Slan. This is for something not related to conventions at all. This is a project that I've been working on for quite a while. Again, it's something that I'm hoping to release that'll help content creators and stuff around YouTube and other spaces, and trying to it deals with Paint Minis Live as a business, but I'm essentially just looking for game and tabletop distributors that are willing to work with somebody such as myself in an online fashion. And I could definitely use the help from the Paint Minis fam if anybody's willing to reach out and talk to their local family or family-owned game store or whoever maybe somebody in the industry that you have an in with. I'm not sure, but If there's one thing I've learned with paint minis is it's better to ask. Just go out into the community and ask and see um, uh, what's out there and what connections you can make. Do you just need? I'm guessing. Do you just need some minis to paint for your channel? No. This would be for other people to pick up if they wanted. Cal, the one and only, the Calvinoni, the one and only, has graciously traded this absolutely lovely box, which from Dungeons and Lasers, of all these creatures, and that's what I've got to paint next. I was showing this guy off a little earlier, but this is my Fungaloid warrior that I've kind of been chipping away at when I have a couple minutes of free time. Let's get you guys a good look at the Fungaloid warriors, kind of Amanita style headdress. Kind of nice little orange to red transition with the white speckles on there. I think he's looking quite nice so far, but that's from that creatures pack. I think it's looking really good. Yeah, Dungeons and Lasers. I appreciate you being here, Dungeon Minister. It's always good to have you in the chat, even when you're busy. Potentially, yeah. I'll get with you on that one there, Dungeon Minister. I appreciate it. International shipping might be a little tough with that. Yeah, for sure. My thing is that I haven't gone to conventions yet. I could probably put that check mark on my belt come October, when hopefully I'm able to make ClaraCon 24, which would be great. And I could at least put that down on the experiences, I guess, roster, as well as I suppose like big ones like ClaraCon and not ClaraCon. ClaraCon is pretty big. That's you got a good turnout last time, man. It's gonna get big. It is gonna get big. People are gonna make time for this thing. Big ones like Gen Con and stuff like that, the booth prices are going to be kind of outside my mark of like what I could afford to actually do that. And on top of that, a lot of those people are bringing in stuff that, you know, they're vendors essentially, you know, whereas for me, I'm just a painter, and I could definitely, it would be fun to go to like Gen Con or something like that and have a booth where I just paint some models and then put them up for sale when they're done or whatever, but that it would be pretty pricey to put up a booth like that. Yeah, I've heard he's kind of got a little bit of their ear, Cal, and I think he's offered to kind of talk a little bit about some of this stuff with me, so I'm definitely gonna hit him up and talk to him a little bit about what's going on. Yeah, I suppose that's that definitely is a good point there, Grumpy Old Son and Dungeon Minister as well. That's yeah. It's really hard to elaborate much further on something that essentially doesn't have a ton of existence right now, and something that I don't want to like totally hype people up until I'm ready to kind of unveil what I've been working on, um, and kind of gathering sleep debt over the past like 2-3 months now almost. But I have been putting a ton of work into this. It is like it's um this isn't the most challenging thing I've done in life, but it is really up there. This has been a huge learning curve for me. This project that I'm talking about. It's required multiple people to help with. Our very own Tonka Todd has been an absolute trooper with this project going on behind the scenes. Yeah, but essentially, I would like to have some kind of uh, tabletop games distributor to have things like dice and other things, brushes, paints, mainline models, card games, things like that, to have for Paint Minis Live as a business. Again, when I have some more information, I'll definitely put it out there. But I'd like to hold a legitimate announcement video for that, and give all of the details that I possibly can in something like a coming soon to a channel near you kind of shotgun video. Uh, I think that's pretty on the future for Paint Minis Live LLC. So what does anybody here know what I'm assuming Gary, well, Gary Con is about Gary the guy, Gary, right? Gary Gygax the guy. But like and I'm guessing it's pretty Dungeons and Dragons centric, but like is there anything else that's like associated with that Gary Con name? Um are other RPGs and stuff kind of presented there? Are there things too? I really need to kind of just I gotta get out into the world a little bit. It sounds like I've been Patrick Star living under a rock when it comes to these RPG conventions. Uh, as as I'm being told by grumpy old Slan, I didn't. I suppose there definitely are some local ones in the area. I may have missed a couple already, but I will have to dig a little deeper. And then yeah, I can totally understand that, Justin, for sure. And I'm just curious, are you talking a finished product like the models? Are you looking to, you want to see some of the work that we've done here on the show? I can pull out a couple of models and show them to you. Or I think you might be talking about the project behind the closed doors that I'm doing. And in which case, when it is a bit more finished, I will definitely put it out there, because it's going to be wicked. It's going to be cool, and I'm hoping that everybody in the gaming space can kind of benefit from it. Well, I know they will, because I've specifically worked that into the model, the business model that I'm going with. Calvinoni says it's old school, but they play almost anything. That's cool. That's cool. And it's done by Ernie Gygax. I'm guessing that's one of his descendants. Was that Ernie that went to the hospital recently? Yeah. OSR is the focus of that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, for sure, Justin. I wish I could. It's just I'm still a little bit too early to unveil anything yet, or talk anything specific. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up before I have things written down in stone. I'm in Minnesota. Up here in good old snowy Minnesota. I am I'm not that far away from Dungeon Minister actually. He's across the Great Lake. Two Great Lakes, I think. Superior and Michigan. I don't know if Erie's Erie. Well, Erie might be in the way of that. I should know this. This is like my backyard. Let's see here. Yeah, so it'd be yeah, Lake Michigan, I believe, would be in between us. I'm gonna just verify that real quick. So yeah, there's Canada. We got Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, and Huron. There we go. Huron would be between Superior, Michigan, and Huron would be between me and Dungeon Minister. Well, I'm happy to hear Ernie's okay. You know, I know that that he had a little bit of a scare there, and that's always kind of tough on a family, especially one that's got a spotlight on them too. You know, that's a little rough. Yeah, for sure. I that's kind of where I came from, to be honest. I've been an RPG convert. For those of you that have seen a lot of the older side of the show, we're gonna do some. I'm gonna put some models out. We did some of these guys on the stream. These were courtesy of my good friend Jack, who runs by the name of Spartan Nerd. He comes around on the stream every now and then. But these guys were painted on the show, and this is where I got my start. The Paint Minis Live was actually a Warhammer 40k centric show until Bill Sylvie decided to send me a 1980 series Grenadier Red Dragon, and some of you folks who have been around for a while probably remember Fluffy. We affectionately named it in the studio Fluffy the Red Dragon. But these were some of the first miniatures that came off the line here at PML. Some good old Poxwalkers from Grandpa Nurgle, the Plague Father, the one and only. But we did these guys up live on stream over the course of a couple of streams, and I think they turned out really well. But I was a convert. I was a 40k convert. And I still would like to do some 40k stuff on the channel, but the RPG crowd, the Dungeons and Dragons folks have just embraced the crap out of PML. And I can't thank them enough for it, and it's got me converted. I'm playing all kinds of stuff now, which is kind of another fun little segue, because we'll be playing on Wednesday nights here. Coming up soon in the future, we'll be playing with James F. Keck and some of his players. I'll be playing as well on Wednesday nights. We'll be playing some of James's games. And I'll be painting here on stream as well, and we'll have those guys over, and they can we'll have some good old live role play stuff to sink our teeth into. Yeah, he's definitely a drive. I hadn't really thought about that. It would be fun. I know some players down in Lake Geneva. That would be cool. I haven't thought about it like that, Robert, and I'm so happy you brought it up. That is awesome. It ain't that far. I could probably swing that. That is definitely a long drive. It'll be worth it though, I'm sure. I mean, I'm going just for the onion eating contest because I kind of want to win. Because I like onions and I will plow through one like an apple. If you've ever seen the oh, I'm gonna have to Google this, aren't I? The actress that played oh boy, I'll have to look it up. Harry Potter, botany teacher. Yeah, what was her name? Pomona Sprout. Yeah, Professor Sprout of Herbology from the Harry Potter series. The actress, what in the world is her name? Let's see. Who played? Let's try that one. Miriam Margolis. If you've ever seen her and some of her interviews, Sarah really likes to follow her for some reason. She is a character, man. Holy crap. But she has a passion for eating onions raw. It is pretty crazy. She carries one in her purse that she will just unwrap a little bit of, and she just munches on it throughout the day. And during her interviews, she's talked about this. It's it's funny. It's hilarious. You gotta go. Just trust me on that. Go watch it. Believe it or not, yeah. Well, yeah. The fantasy minis for GW, I kind of like them better than some of their 40k stuff. They have some really cool fantasy sculpts. I do enjoy them. The Wraith Lord on horseback is General Avalok. That will be potentially in Dungeon Minister's campaign in the future. So check out that. That's part of the GW fantasy line. You know this for sure, Cal. I'm sure, but maybe for some of the others out there. Oh, yeah, I know. That football rivalry. I'm lucky I'm not a huge sports fan, but like I know that there have been bar fights about it, for sure. Ooh, Dragon Days sounds fun. That might be a fun one to hit up. those were mild onions last year. That's right on the money, Grumpy Old Slan. Oh boy. What else can I kind of talk about? That's cool, interesting, and fun. I'm still thinking about doing. I want to get through a lot more of Cal's Abyssal Dwarves and Orcs here. I want to get through them. He's been waiting patiently for quite a while, but in the future, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do a how fast can you paint a mini challenge, where we're gonna go ahead and paint up this here elf wizard, female elf wizard. We're gonna go ahead and paint her up. We're gonna do the bottom one here is gonna be going for speed. The top one we're going to just time for a I suppose maybe like a showcase mini style that I tend to kind of do here on the show, where it's painstakingly picked over. And this one we're just gonna get it tabletop ready about as quick as we can do it on the stream. That's gonna be coming up soon. But I definitely need to do some more work here on Cal's mini. He's been quite a trooper. they're putting up a statue. Heck yeah. All right. All right. Uh 1970s reference to the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. Purple people eaters. I wonder if there's any like miniatures out there for like football players. That could be a fun little thing. I wouldn't mind doing a little stream with that. Oh boy. Will waterfall were coming out of his eyes. It sounds like good times. It really does. It sounds like great times. We got 9 live chat lounge cats in the chat here. I'm so happy everybody's here. Thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. I may have to end up breaking out the brush again. We've got a lot of folks coming in. I know, right? And that's why I kind of, feel the way I do about them. I want to keep trucking on this project. I really do. Touchberry's nuts. Let's see, what time is it? It's about 10:30. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. I'm trying to find the willpower to paint, and I'm having such a good time talking with you folks. I may just go ahead and keep chatting away for just a little bit longer here before I absolutely hit that wall. I've been working out like a madman. Holy crap. Kyle Schwant, the guy that runs the conflict game that I was playing on Wednesday night. If you haven't seen it, go check it out over on Bill Sylvie's channel, The Dungeon Delver. But he has got me. I'm getting them guns. It is slowly but surely we're beefing up, and I've been working out a lot, and I'm really proud of myself. It's been he definitely keeps you to it, and it was he's been a great personal trainer to work with, giving me not only the whole go and do it plan, but kind of the reason why behind it. And it's really helped me out a lot. I'm feeling really confident towards the end of the year. I'll be able to go and pass the firefighter's physical agility test, and that'll be good. I need that requisite for getting into the fire service. But even if that career change does happen, it'll be extra good for us because I'll have every other day to do streaming, and we can do that because it's just it really would be a blessing to have that kind of work schedule, and plus it's just fun. I enjoy doing am I working on my nursing degree? Well, this one is it's a dark beer. It's about 7%. Nothing crazy, but I mean it is a dark beer. And I honestly have been enjoying the taste of this one. It's a cocoa-based imperial porter with vanilla, and yeah, it's good. Let's see here. That kind of insanity always deserves respect. I honestly, I wish I was there. I was so I was kind of sad that I missed it. I was really sad that I missed it. I wanted to go really bad, and it just I wasn't able to. So the dates didn't quite line up, but now with this far amount of notice, I'm making sure that we have Paint Minis live at ClareCon. I'm gonna try and go come hell or high water, preferably high water first, and that's where I'm going. All right. Hey, good to see you, Dungeon Minister. Have fun editing. We'll see you very soon. I he's always he's always busy working on that next episode, man. I call that my shoe kicker show because I love seeing the updates. But yeah. All right, take it easy, Dungeon Minister. What else is there to kind of chat over? It sounds like this weekend is going to be fairly free and clear for me. I've kind of put this out there in the past that I'm going to try and do some streams on the weekend. But I'm I'm going to be definitely streaming this weekend. You'll see the schedule pop up. What I think I'm able to do. Basically, right after the stream, I'm going to go upstairs, check my calendar, see what's going on, and we'll release a streaming schedule for over the weekend. Since I did miss my stream on Wednesday, we'll plop another stream in there for the upcoming for the weekend. We're already here. It's Friday. What am I talking about? And with that, I think I'm gonna bid you all adieu. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you all for coming back. We had 9 live chat lounge cats coming in to say hello on Paint Minis Live tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to the Dungeon Minister. Thank you to Calvin Only, the one and only Grumpy Old Slan, the man, the myth, the legend. Robert Phillips, who is just absolutely awesome. Thank you to Justin for popping in and viewing the stream. Always a good time to see you, and enjoy seeing you over on Shadow and Sons as well. Also, awesome to see Road March. It was nice talking with you tonight. Mike Dymart, welcome. I do appreciate you being here, and I look forward to getting to know you more. I hope you come back and view our next stream. All hail the Ruinous Powers. Love that Chaos Star icon. I'm a huge fanboy. And Tonka Todd, our very own Tonka Todd, who is just such a pleasure. With that being said, everybody take care, stay happy, stay healthy. We'll see you again in the next one. I'll post the streaming schedule coming right up after here. I'll be upstairs posting the streaming schedule. And thanks again for tuning in. I've been Bill T with Paint Minis Live, coming from the Creation Cave. We'll talk to you again real soon. Bye, everybody.